Good afternoon, rather I should say good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I know I'm a little late with this edition of Ask the Coach. Not only am I late, I'm kind of unprepared because I don't even have a question and nobody asked the coach anything for the last couple of days, so I guess I'm all good. So anyway, once again, y'all know this is Jeff Gray with Devon Brown's Easiest Sales Systems team. I am on the sales department here and also the coach for our coaching program. So I thought I would still stop in and say hello to you guys. It's been an absolutely amazing day here at the Easiest Sales Systems HQ. We had a staff meeting this morning. Devon unleashed our new sales funnel on us, full force, like a tidal wave, and it's hot. I love it. It's going to result in a better qualified lead. It's going to result in more sales for you guys. It's going to be awesome. So anyone who's catching this right now, please make sure that you are on the webinar tonight that at 9 o'clock. He is going to explain in detail, I'm sure, everything that's going on, how the whole sales funnel works. But I was impressed. I'm not going to lie. And I mean, I've seen a lot of sales funnels, been in this business for a while. What I'm most impressed with is how far this guy goes to improve our system for you guys, how far he goes to tweak it. I mean, we don't see him. He goes into a cave, and meditates for like 2 weeks, and then he comes out with some genius, brilliant idea that nobody ever thought of that just changes the entire game. So it changes it for the better. That's important, right? So I'm very excited. I want you guys to make sure you catch that call. So anyway, let's see. I want to take a few minutes to talk about something. I was speaking to one of our coaching clients. Actually, it was last week, and kind of put something in my mind. We've got a lot of what I call motivationalisms, things that we say, that are supposed to motivate us or things to keep you going. And the particular thing that was said to me was failure is not an option. And I had to think about it for a little while. Okay, so technically that's correct. Failure is not an option. The only reason failure is not an option is because successful people that are just focused on what they want to do, they have blinders on, they're seriously tight into their goals, they don't want to see anything else. To them, failure is not an option only because they never consider it. It's like they don't consider it as, when you say something is an option, it's like a conscious decision I make. I have the option to use a black pen or a blue pen. That's my option, right? But if I don't like blue pens, then technically I don't even have that option. Blue pens are not an option. So when successful people say failure is not an option, what that means is that's not something they're going to choose or pursue to do. And now that is the interesting part, because what they know is they're not going to focus on things that don't work, that things that do not contribute to their success, basically things that do not create revenue, business growth, etc. They're not focusing on anything that does not contribute to their success. Therefore, all the things that could contribute to their failure, they don't see them, they don't spend any time with them, they're not concentrating on them. So failure is not an option only because they don't recognize it as a conscious choice they can make. However, every successful entrepreneur understands that failure is a possibility in any venture. And you can't walk into the venture without knowing that. It's been said, and Devon talked about in the meeting today, that if you're negotiating, you're not really negotiating unless you are fully prepared to push back from the table and walk away. If the other team, if the other side of the negotiation knows that you're never going to walk away, then it's not a negotiation. They're just going to tell you what's going to happen, and all you have to do is agree, and then we sign the documents and leave. So when you say failure is not an option, successful people know that failure is a possibility. It may happen. So what you do is you do the things not to avoid failure. Because see, in your mind, you got to think about this, the universal energy you put out. If you're doing things to avoid failure, then you're recognizing failure. So don't think about, I'm going to do this so I don't screw up. Think about doing the things that ensure success. Okay? Because one thing I will tell you, failure may not be an option. Failure may be considered a possibility. But if you do nothing, failure is a guarantee. Which then technically, we can get into some more semantics. I don't even know how you can call it failure if you never made an effort. But that's just a whole nother video, okay, that we're not going to talk about. So what I want to let you know, basically what I'm saying is this. Concentrate on the things that it takes to succeed. Concentrate on putting the things in place that will make you succeed. Don't worry about the end result. If you do all the right things along the way, you will reach the end result. Quick example, and then I'm going to get out of here. I always use sports analogies. Y'all know that, okay? So the San Antonio Spurs center, Tim Duncan, great ball player, right? Not the most exciting guy in the world. He doesn't have the highlight reels, the high-flying dunks over back his head, through the legs, and all this stuff. What does Tim Duncan do? He's a solid guy. He just does the fundamentals. He's a big man. He knows how to play the paint. He knows how to rebound. He knows all the mechanics, all the form, all the footwork. He has all the fundamentals. Yes, he also happens to have several NBA championship rings. But it wasn't like he was concentrating on getting the NBA championship rings. He was concentrating on learning how to dribble with his left hand, learning how to shoot layups from both sides, learning how to shoot his jump. He was concentrating on doing the things that needed to be done and getting them correct that were going to ensure his success. And he knew that if he did all these things correctly, learned to do them all the best way that he could, did them correctly, then the NBA championship was inevitable. It's just the next logical step because there's nothing else. He focused on doing all the fundamentals right. And that's what I want to say to you today. Concentrate on the things that bring you success. Do not give energy, mental energy, to the things that cause failure. Concentrate on doing the things that bring you success and learn how to do those things one at a time. Focus on just that thing. And if you put those things in place and you line them up and do them all correctly, success is assured. That's all I got. I'll see you guys on Friday. Don't forget, ask the coach. Talk to you soon. And be on that webinar tonight. It's going to be hot. Talk to you later. Bye.